Antonio, Texas, home to the UTSA Roadrunners. As we'll see, a squad from the American, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the UTSA Roadrunners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Roadrunners will kick it off to get us underway. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And the Buffaloes in a good spot here with second and short. They'll go to the ground. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Quick completion to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
So now it's second and long. Back to pass. It's complete to the left. At midfield, he's got room. Turns on the Jets. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
The Buffaloes are moving quickly down the field. Handoff to the fullback. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He wants it all. Throw to the end zone, picked off. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Running back searching for a hole. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Back to pass on second down. The short hands. It's Jones. Oh, he's got some space. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throwing catch.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
And the Roadrunners want to move quickly.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Looking to fire. Fires downfield. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Finds his big tight end. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Roadrunners will line it up on 1st and 10. The inside handoff. Shakes off the defender. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, UT San Antonio.
Now, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They march 79 yards on the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake. He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
And he's going to bring this one out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished.
There he goes.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Roadrunners with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Red pass, it's complete. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. It's in. Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Lets it fly. Complete in the middle. Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on it for a massive fumble recovery.
First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Picks up the first down, still moving. There he goes. The 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffs.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in gear, he got the long touchdown.
And the extra point is good.
UTSA 7.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Quickly complete.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection. Nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Tight end now in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. With the catch, it's Jones. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking to throw on first down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. At the 35, he's loose. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're fast.
Touchdown, UTSA! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Pac-12 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and now it's a final. Texas Tech made it look easy today, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit road victory. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Red Raiders. Just another week in the Pac-12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday. As we send things back to you guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They go to the ground. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Got a man. Breaks into the open. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And when you run these counter-type plays, you're getting extra offensive linemen pulling at the point of attack, opening up a crease for that running back to gash the defense.
And the Buffaloes with the 1st and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He's got him in the flat. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
It's on target and complete. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
For the offense.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. It's Brown. Oh, he's got a chance. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Colorado.
Number 17 in the end zone.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's going to bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Buys a little extra time. Makes the grab on the left side. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam. The defense finally got it.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive. Maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later, go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away on first down, first play of the drive. If you get the matchup, take the shot. And that's exactly what happened. Nice job.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Here's the handoff. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
It'll be 3rd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Finds his man. It's Jones. Turning it on. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The Roadrunners are marching down the field. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
And the Roadrunners are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Wants to keep it in the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
The Roadrunners will try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Roadrunners.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
After that last score. And he's coming out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll try the run. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Gets it to him on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
And the Buffaloes will come to the line to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Here we go. Maybe a double pass. It's complete to the right. Here he goes. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
He'll bring it out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got an alley. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. To the air on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. And the Roadrunners can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
The Roadrunners come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. To the ground to try to move the chains. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He might want another play. Wants to throw on 1st down. Extending the play. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, UT San Antonio.
That is exactly how you want to end halves. Put a drive together, score the touchdown, a chance to tie this up and take all the momentum into halftime.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the 2nd quarter. And he's not going to take the touchback. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. They finally get him stopped. Man, oh man, did he almost make a play to end this half, but stopped on a touchdown-saving tackle. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Buffaloes will kick it off to start the 2nd half. Looks like he's going to bring it out. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. This drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half. There he goes. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35. And the Roadrunners are in the hurry-up.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it! Touchdown UTSA! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Throws for the tight end. Pulls it in. It's Holland. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. So much for firing to a stationary sit-down tight end. How about this guy working the corner and getting the first down?
These tight ends can do so much nowadays. You start to feature him, but you watch him on the corner route, man. Just push it vertical, push it to the corner. QB right on the same page with him. Throw the football out there, and he makes the catch.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. We're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Gibson. Breaks into the open. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here, taking a shot to your best player on offense. This guy is one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. Tremendous speed. He locates the ball, makes a catch, and that play gives this offense so much confidence. Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around. And now, over 300 yards, still some time left. Put up bigger numbers. They're chasing it. Get some postseason work in it all, man.
touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
The Roadrunners with a second and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, the running back has it. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking downfield on first down. Rushes on him. Finds his big tight end. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got enough for the first. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Looking to throw on first down. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Quarterback making checks. Second down, he'll throw it. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunners. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
The defense has had absolutely no answer for him. He's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And the Buffaloes come to the line in the hurry-up.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Fires to the wideout. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
And the Buffaloes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Touchdown, UT San Antonio. The defense putting points on the board.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep 2 hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Florida is just getting dragged through the swamp today. And this fan base, who's so used to doing that gator jump, they're making other gestures today. They're trailing by 15 to Kentucky. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here and make something happen on this side of the football.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, running back on the move. Turns it on in midfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
He'll pull it down and run. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
That's one the running back would like to have back. He's a good enough player. He's a complete enough running back to be able to make that play. That's why they like throwing him angle routes like that right there.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Turning it on. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it, and he had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Here's a heel. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Buffaloes headed quickly to the line. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side now. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
Colorado.
And the Buffaloes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They want to throw it. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Colorado! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. We've reached the break, and it's UTSA on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And he's going to bring this one out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David, if they can add to it on this drive. Oh, he's got some space. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game.
And that's what makes this offense so dynamic. It's his running ability, and I love them going option here. He's hoping the defense is going to give him a look that forces him to keep the football. And how about his ability in the open field, generating a massive explosive play on that option run?
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Well, you got to think in his mind right now, ball security is at a premium, right? He's had a problem with that earlier in this game, but with the lead now late in the game, yards aren't as important as taking care of the football. And I think he's doing a better job of that now late.
Going to swing it on second down. Gets it out fast. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And the Roadrunners come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll try to pop the draw. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
Man, the defense was in there in such a hurry. They didn't even let that draw develop. Got to him so quick.
You know, the draw play has to look like a pass and not look like you're faking a pass. And I think there, it was pretty evident they were trying to run the draw. The Roadrunners with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He's got his man, makes the grab. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down.
6-9-1, gain of score. Moves.
They'll try to get it through the air. Now improvising. He's got it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
On the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UTSA. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Maybe if he could have eluded just one or two more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Pocket breaking down. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
It's complete. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Buffaloes will hustle to the line. He'll throw on third down. Makes the grab. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. The Buffaloes have their offense in high gear. Wants to go up top on first down. They're working that left side. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now on second down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
They've moved it to the 19, first and 10. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Let's go, let's go.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking for his man. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Buffaloes.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a couple of Mountain West teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Army is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up off the canvas before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to UCF. Just another week in the Mountain West where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. RPO complete to open the drive. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll immediately call timeout. And the Roadrunners come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Still looking on the move. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
Man, Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
The give and tick, 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 tick. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field.
Nigga, I'll take 3 there, boss.
Flips it out in the flat. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I just think for the offense, at this situation of the game, in the fourth quarter down in possession, you can be a bit more aggressive and throw the ball vertically down the field. Challenge this secondary. Force them to make plays and to play clean without pass interference.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable 4th down if I don't complete this 3rd and long.
The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a
I'll
great
run
by the
after this game.
Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a
I'm
long
actually
way
cap,
in
bro.
deciding
I
who
ain't
wins
gonna
a
lie,
football.
because I don't want to play while that shit gonna be hours from now. If you still on, we can run, but
Will have it 1st and 10.
Steelers game on right now.
To the air on 1st down. Quickly complete. There he goes. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And that is perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays. Don't want to give up those first downs and just make that clock run.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Buying some time. Firing to the right, complete. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a first down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game.
1st and goal, Colorado.
And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth. He's looking to pass. Fires into the end zone. And the pass is caught for a touchdown. And it looks as if we could be headed to overtime.
Man, you did the hard part. What a drive, putting points together, getting 6. Now, what are you going to do? Decision time. Do you want to go for the win right now, go for the 2-point conversion, or kick this thing and go into overtime with seconds running down on the clock?
And they'll go for 2 to try to win it right here. And this crowd is deafening, trying to will the stop. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. A gutsy call to go for the deuce to try to win the game right here. He'll set up to throw. He is in, and they roll the dice. Won't settle for the tie, and they take the lead with a 2-point conversion. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. The ball hits the ground, and this thing is over, an absolutely heartbreaking loss. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big